Hi, so I've managed to get all my blocks and rows together, and we've got the sashing in between because we put the sashing onto the rows of blocks as we went, and I've done all the applique and everything's sitting quite nicely, and now I've already got it basted ready for quilting. So and I use safety pins for my basting, so I've done all that, and I'm just trying to decide now where it is that I'm going to actually quilt, and I've decided I'm going to start off by quilting all the sashing lines. So I'm going to do a row just inside each edge on the sashing lines in both directions, and then I'll come back and do some other quilting. One thing about when you're joining up the blocks or the rows, putting the quilt top itself together before we get to this stage, where these sashing rows go across and these ones, because they were already attached to the blocks and then to those, you just need to make sure that you're keeping those lined up when you're joining your rows together, so just bear that in mind when you're doing that. But I'm actually going to do some straight line quilting, although I'm actually going to do it free motion because that's my preference. For many of you, you would prefer to perhaps use a walking foot to do straight quilting, or you might want to do some different quilting altogether. So I'm going to do just some straight lines, as I said, either side inside the sashing, and I'm going to do it free motion. So I'll just get started on that so that you can see what I'm doing. It may be easier for you to do it with a, or preferable perhaps is a better word, for you to do it with a walking foot. However, as I said, for myself, I'm choosing to do it free motion. So I'm just going to start on the edge here. I've got my free motion foot on, I've dropped my feed teeth out of the way, and other than that, we're ready to go. So I'm just going to go about 1/8 of an inch away from the seam line on the sashing. And I'm going to go all the way across. So I've been very busy quilting the quilt. I've done a lot of outlining and straight line work, and now I'm just going to go around this little exclamation mark on this road sign here. With, again, I'm free motion stitching. So I'm just going just outside the applique. Just slowly going around. Now I'm going to go around the other bit, snip my threads. And starting here. So that helps that stand out nicely and sit well in the quilt. And I've done the same thing with the lettering up here. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much straight line work. I've just got one more block to go. Got this other stop sign to do down here. So I'll just keep going. I'm just going around these last couple of letters. Just outside the applique, free motion sewing. So there we have it, we are done. Finished doing the stop, and what that helps do when you outline applique like that, it helps it sort of sit forward and be a little bit more noticeable, I guess. Settles it in quite nicely into the quilt. So that's all the quilting. I'm going to go away and trim the quilt now, and then get ready to put the flange and the binding on. So we'll come back and show you how to do all that as well.